About a little rye. Yeah.
Hey, and welcome back to all subscribers. Nice to see everybody. If you're new to the channel, my name is Antonio. In this channel, I'm going to review whiskeys from all over the world. I'll give you my tasting notes with and without water, just to see if it changes. You'll never know unless you try it. If that's something you'd like to watch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can stick around for more videos. Let's move on with this review. So really quick, before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to my wife Cindy for giving me this on Valentine's Day. She made this for me just to display my whiskeys on set. She didn't have to, but she did. Love her very much. Fine, you're happy I give you that shout out. No, I did like it. I did. Alright, bye. Man, let's move on to this whiskey review. I've been looking forward to this for about 2 weeks now. I bought this when it first came out on February 1st, and it's been sitting on my shelf here just waiting to be reviewed. And fortunately, I had to do other reviews for you guys, like that Four Roses Valentine's Day special. Link it up here if you guys haven't seen it, but I'm anxious to get into this. So like I said, this just came out this month in February 2019. It's their newest whiskey to the lineup of all Forester. It's bottled at 100 proof, 50% ABV. Awesome, right? Yes, it is, and the best part, it's only $23 to $25. That's an amazing deal. It says right here in the back of the label that this is a 40-year-old recipe that they decided to bring back. The mash bill in this consists of 65% rye, 20% malted barley, and 15% corn. Usually if the mash bill has corn in it, it'll be a higher percentage than the malted barley. Malted barley is a great source of enzymes and sugars needed for fermentation. A lot of times I just encounter a small percentage in the mash bill of like maybe 5%, like MGP's 95% rye and 5% malted barley. But in this case they're using more of the malted barley to influence the whiskey with a more rounder and softer kind of flavor. Again, for it to be labeled a straight whiskey, it has to follow some certain rules. Similar to bourbon, it has to be aged for at least 2 years, but if it's under 4 years they have to put it on the label. I don't see anything on this label, so we're gonna say that this is a minimum of 4 years old. So let's take a quick look at the color and see what we have here. Again, this is gonna be natural color. This has a really nice light copper kind of color going on. And I don't really talk about the legs on whiskeys, but this one has some really nice long legs, dripping pretty slow, so I'm expecting a lot of flavor coming out of this. Alright, so that was a little bit of info, maybe too much for you guys, but let's move on to this nosing and tasting, because I've been looking forward to this all week. I'll tell you this much, it does smell really soft. I do get hints of honey, caramel, there's something green in there, maybe green apples. Nice fruity kind of smell. You know, a lot of people get dill on their rye whiskeys, but I haven't encountered one rye whiskey where I've gotten like a hint of dill. Now, I did go to the store and I picked up a loaf of bread, rye bread, and I smelled that, and that right there did smell like dill to me. So it's amazing how I can smell it on the bread, but I can't smell it in the whiskey. There's some oak in the back too, but mainly that honey and caramel kind of note coming out. Alright, the moment that I've been waiting for so long to taste. Cheers. Wow. Okay. So it starts off by giving you a lot of rye spice, but immediately the char comes out and overpowers that. Then you start getting some caramel, and then rye starts coming into play again. So it's like my palate's going like this. There's some nuttiness flavor coming out. There's also a lot of charred oak in this. There's also a chocolate influence going on. This is really flavorful. It just takes you on this roller coaster of flavors, but man, is it awesome. Alright, so let's add a bit of water to this and see what happens to it. I'm gonna add 2 drops to this one. Since it's 50%, it should be able to take it, no problem. See you guys in a bit. Hey, I'm gonna take this moment to give you guys a quick tip when you're nosing a whiskey. If you need to reset your senses because maybe you're tasting multiple whiskeys in one sitting, a lot of people do this, especially the professionals and like whiskey contests. They'll smell their arm, and that just resets your nose pretty much. So give that a try next time you're going from whiskey to whiskey, or maybe you just can't pick up a lot of notes. Give that a try and see if it resets your thing. I do it all the time, so to me it works. That honey got a little bit stronger. That's the first thing I pick up. I start getting a little bit of a cereal note, but more of that honey going on still. There's hints of caramel and that oak, maybe a little bit of maple. It's just because it got a little bit sweeter, maybe just the honey influencing those notes. I don't get any of that fruit note anymore, so that's pretty much gone. Oh no, there it is. It's coming back. It's very faint though. I really have to focus on that and trying to remember what it smelled like. But it's still there. Alright, let's move on to the taste and see what happened. Cheers. I preferred it without the water because it took me through that whole roller coaster ride. You still get a lot of flavor out of this with some water. Maybe not a roller coaster ride, maybe more like a easy sailing, you know, with some waves going on. I get some rice spice right up front, followed by that char, but it's more of a easy transition this time. Get that caramel, that nuttiness is also there. I don't think I mentioned this earlier because I was so excited about the flavors going on, but without water and with water, you get a really nice medium to long finish. Without the water, I was getting more of a buttery mouth coating, and with water, it's going more towards like a silky kind of mouthfeel. And both times it just end with that char and spicy notes going on at the same time. Alright, so it's time for my final thoughts of the whiskey right here. This is my very first Old Forester whiskey, and from what I hear from their other stuff, nobody's complained about it that I know of, so I knew I was going to come into a great product. It being 50% ABV and their newest whiskey, I had to pick this up. $23 to $25. Why can't you? I'm going to stop right there and say go pick this up. Don't hear anything about it. You already heard my tasting notes. This is great stuff. Go pick it up. And that concludes my whiskey review for the week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, as always, give me a thumbs up. Share with your friends. Don't forget to drop me a comment below. I want to know if you picked this up or you're thinking about picking this up. And if you do, what are your thoughts on it? And if you stuck to the end of this review and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can stick around for more videos. Cheers, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.